Hi and welcome to Tic Tac Toe, developed using C#. Now let me show you guys how this works. I'm going to reset the game there, and let's see if we can get X to win the game. There we go, look at that. There, X now has 3. Let's give it another shot. There we go. There. Okay. And O is actually winning the game. So one other thing we can do is we can restart the whole game entirely. There we go. And let's assume we have that. And then there. Okay. We can exit if we want. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you guys straight into C# development environment, and we'll put one of these together. Let's do that now, guys. And welcome to C# development environment. I'm now going to click on new project. Now let's make sure C# is selected, and we click on next. Let's give our project name. I'm going to call that CS underscore tic tac toe underscore tac underscore toe. There. And let's click on create. Right, now that my development environment is ready, I'm going to click on the solution explorer right there, and let's select the form. That's the form. Okay, the form is there, so we might as well. So let's go for the properties of the form. Click on the properties of the form. Let's change that to 1386 by 788. And right here where we have form, I'm just going to change the name of the form to Tic Tac Toe. There we go. Now the back color, I'm going to change the back color to cadet blue. And press enter. That is it. Ready. The next thing I'm going to do is go straight to the toolbox. Let's go for the panel, or for the plane, or the panel. Now come right there and let's change the border style of that to fixed 3D. Paste it right there and just drag it all along. We don't need more than one of these panels, so have one up there and just click, hold on to your control, click and drag. There's going to be one right underneath here, and drag it that much. Yeah. And we need one more here. Click, drag this, bring it in here. And let's just reduce this and bring it all the way here. There we go. And take it down. Right there, that's fine. Now let's enter another one here. Let's just speed up the design of this plane and you guys see what I'm talking about. Alright, that is how my panel is looking now. Let's have a good look at it. Now, so what I want to do is I'm going to add a label up here. Let's grab a label. I'm going to need a button, so let's paste one here. Then we need a label. Let's come right down here, grab a label L. There we go. One label here. Let's change the size of that very label. So I'm going to come in here. Let's change the size, the font size, to about 48. I make that bold. Right. And in there, I'm just going to enter Visual C#, Advanced Tic Tac Toe. There. And let's change the font size. I'm going to come in here. Let's change the font size to white. Okay, white smoke, that's fine. There. Now that is done, so let's change the size of this button. So for the button, I'm going to make it about 200 plus here. So let's say 200. comma by 158. Press enter, and let's change. I'm going to change the back color as well. Change it to, yeah, let's change it to, okay, the same color, white smoke. Press enter. That's it. So just copy it across. Hold on to your control, copy. There we go. And take it down as well. There. And next thing I'm going to do is just make sure it's all selected, and I'm going to change that to, change the font to about maybe 96. 96, yeah, that's cool. Now I'm going to delete every single component I have in there. There we go. And here I need some buttons anyway. Copy that and bring one here. There. Take one up here. And these buttons here, let's select it all. I'll change their font size to about 66. And this one will be known as Start New. Let's make sure it's selected. Come right here. Text is Start. Yeah, that's New Game. Okay. New Game. And this one is Exit. Why here? I'm going to call that Reset. Right, that's fine. Copy this. I'm just going to bring it down here and get rid of the content I have in there. That's going to be player X. Alright, just copy it and change this to player O. Now I'm going to copy both labels. Let's copy them and change them around, or let's do one thing first. This one I'm going to enter column there, column, and another column here, and let's copy it across anyway. Copy, paste it there, and I'm going to change the appearance to, let's go to border style. The border style is going to be fixed 3D, and auto size I'm going to change that to force back color. I'm going to make that white, and let's get rid of the text content I have in there. Let's select it individually. Now get rid of this one and just change that to 0 and get it centered. The same thing to this, 0 and get it centered there. So that is how my interface is looking now. So it's all taken care of. So let's run it and you guys see what I'm talking about. Click on start. Right, that's how it's looking now, guys. Not looking too bad. That's good, but nothing is happening yet. Let's close that. I'm now going to double click on the form, and right here I'm going to declare two variables. One would be a boolean and the other one would just be an integer. So right underneath public class here, so let's come in and just declare as follows. So I'm going to go for boolean. So let's say boolean, that is going to be check there. Okay, that's the first, that's my first variable. Then the next one, I'm just going to call it int. I'll call that variable +1. There we go. Right, and right underneath we have just declared my variable. I will do one thing. Let's create a function. So this very function we just need to get rid of every single element in there. I'll call that enable underscore false. Press enter, enter. Okay, curly braces, and the first thing is I'm going to say btn tag1 dot enable equals false equals false. Enter semicolon. I will have to repeat the same thing for every single button. This is the name of my button, btn, tag1, tag2, and so on. So I only have 9 buttons in there, and that's it. So let's change the names around. btn tag2, 3, 4, and so on. There we go. That's my first function out of the way. Now the second function, I'm going to call the name of that. I'm just going to call it void score. Okay, void score. Enter curly braces. Okay, with this very function, the whole idea is to check which of my buttons have X, X, and X. So the very first condition here is button 1, btn tag 1, btn tag 2, btn tag 3. So let's come back in here. So we use an if statement. If btn tag1 dot text equals X, and we use AND for the next one. Number 2 is that here, and number 3. So let's change their values around. This is 3 and 2 here. If all of these have the same value, what we want the system to do is, I want the buttons to change color. So come right down here, enter curly braces. The very first button is btn1 back color equals, let's say, color dot powdered blue. There we go. That's my very first color. There. I'm going to repeat the same thing for the other 2 buttons. There we go. Just change this to 2 and 3. Because they all have the same value, because they all have the same letter in them, so their color changes to powdered blue. Now let's get a message to display that you've won. Message box button dot show. We just enter, say, the winner is player X. Right. So that is the winner. Okay. And I'm just going to put a comma in there and enter the title of my project, Tic Tac Toe. And come out here and say comma message box buttons. I'm going to say dot OK, comma message box icon. That will be information. Dot info, information. There we go. And let's come right down here, enter semicolon there. Now the next thing we want to do is, we don't want to add a value to this our declaration up here, or the variable up there. So that variable plus 1, in this case plus 1 equals whatever value we have inside, let's say int dot pass, whatever we have inside LBL player X dot text, and whatever we have inside LBL player X is now stored inside plus 1. Now we assume plus 1 has a value in there, but that value we still want it to be displayed in here. So we say LBL player X equals We now want to convert whatever we have inside plus to string, dot to string. And what are we converting? We're converting whatever we have in here to string so that it can be stored inside here. Enter semicolon. So in that case, what we then want is we now want to call this our function here, enable false. Every single button become false. You won't be able to use it anymore. Okay, that is the very first condition. Okay, now that the first winning condition is stated, I'm just going to copy it. It's all similar now. So click and paste that in here. The next winning condition is going to be 4147 there, and I will change this to 147 4 and 7. Let's see this very first winning condition here. That should have been 1 2 and 3. Yeah, okay, please correct that, guys. That should have been 1 2 and 3. That's the first winning condition. Okay, 147. Then the next one, copy again, and let's paste this underneath here. I'm going to make that 157. So that's the next winning condition. So I have 3 there now. I'll paste that underneath here. The next winning condition, this one should be 5. The next winning condition is going to be, let's go for 3 5 3 5 and 7. 3 5 7. Okay, there. And the next one, let's go for 2 5 8. Come right down, paste again, and that will be 2 5 8 2 5 8 here, and change this to 2 5 8 and 8. Now there's one thing I haven't shown you guys. I'm supposed to change the back color. So this one, let's make this one cadet blue. Right, and now just make the rest cadet blue. Alright, that's the color that I want to change the buttons to. And this very one that I missed out here, this very one here, chromosome. Repeat the same thing here, copy and just change it around. And this very one up here, let's change that to pink. There. Okay, all the back color is now properly corrected. So the first one is going to be powdered blue, pink, crimson, cadet blue, and so on. That is it. And I've actually speed up the various condition for player X. So have a good look at it. It's all the same thing, there's no different. Alright, and I've also entered that of the player O. That's player O there. There we go. There, those are the conditions for player O. And that is all done. Okay, now let's go to the buttons. I'm going to double click on the very first button here. For this very first button, btn tab 1, I'm going to use an if statement. If checker equals false, and tap while the braces there. And what I want the system to do is btn tab 1 dot text. I want that to become x. There, enter that. Then checker condition will become true, equals true. There we go. Else, in that case, this is what is going to happen. If this one is O, checker's condition will become false. There. That is it for the very first button. In that case, we now want the score itself. I'll call the score here score. We'll call that, and it's a btn button 1 itself dot enable. That will become false. There. So that's the very first one. Okay, let's copy that and just use it for button 2. So come in here, double click on button 2. Repeat the same thing and just change the name around. That's 2 and 2 and 2. Oh no, that's 2, 2. Now button 3, paste, change that to 3. Button 4, paste, and that becomes 4. There. Button number 5, just repeat exactly the same thing. And there. So I'm just going to speed that up now. Let's go to button 6. I'll just enter 6 here. So we'll speed the rest up. There, that is it, all done. Now what we want to do is, in fact, let's just try it out. Run that, let's see. Okay, let's come in here. But supposing we want to start a new game, we cannot start a new game, we cannot reset, we cannot exit, and as you can see, player number 1 is winning. Okay, and according to how the code was written, once we have a winner, the whole button is disabled. I cannot do anything anymore, so we need to be able to enable it here. So let's end that, and let's go. Okay, let's go into this function here. I want to copy all of this. Let's copy all of this and come right here, double click on new, and right in there, paste that and change all of this to true because we want it to be enabled. So repeat the same thing for the rest buttons. And so on, guys. That is it, all done. So the next thing is we need to now clear whatever text content we have on it. So I'm going to say btn.text equals there. So clear that. That's for the very first one, and I'm going to repeat exactly the same thing for number 2, btn button 2. So we have 3, so let's just copy and speed things up there. Now I have 9 in total, so I'm going to change this to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. There, that's taken care of. But there's one thing. You see these labels here? I need to change the values to 0. So let's come down here. LBL player X dot text equals 0. There. And we'll repeat the same thing for player O. And this is player O. There. Now, the other thing I need to do is to change the background color back to white smoke. So I'm going to come in here, get the very first one here, and change the back color to back color equals color dot white smoke. There we go. There. So now I'm going to speed that up as well. Copy and just change the names. There we go. And change the numbers on them. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That is it, all done for the exit. Oh, sorry, for the new game. Those are the lines of code for new game. I'm going to copy this. Let's just copy it. Come right down here, and I will change that for reset. Then we'll click on reset, paste that. In the case of reset, I'm going to get rid of this. There. Maybe the only thing there is to make sure this button is enabled. Let's come in here. The button name is that. Grab that, come right in here, paste that in there, just get it enabled. Enable equals true. There we go. And that's it, all done. So finally, let's take care of exit. For the exit, let's even use try cache here. I should have been using that things. So come right down here, let's say cache and exception ex. Enter curly braces in there. And the message that I will just use is message box dot show. I just want that to, let's say ex message. That's the very first one, and I'm going to enter the name of my project in there, so that is going to be Tic Tac Toe, and enter another argument, comma. I'm just going to call that message box button. That's okay, comma, and another argument that's going to be message box icon dot information. So that's fine. All right, now we can use dot question mark here. Okay, let it be information. Undo there. Now let's declare a variable in here. Dialog result equals I exit, and I'm going to say I exit equals as follows. I'm going to copy everything I have in here, paste it here, enter semicolon here, and in here just enter confirm if you want to exit. That is that taken care of. Confirm if you want to exit, and if the dialog equals if dialog result equals yes dot no, yeah, that's yes, curly braces, and that will become application.exit. .exit. There we go. So exit is taken care of. That's it, all done. I'm going to copy this. I just want to enter right here. I'm going to enter try cache. Try. Get rid of that and come right down here. Paste. Just to grab any error. If there's any error, that will take care of it. There. And I'm going to repeat the same thing for the other one. So that's my error handler there. So one here and another one here. There we go. So that is it, all done. Okay, so we're gonna run the program now, so you guys have a good look at it. Okay. So that's reset, and right below it is exit. Alright, so run the program. There we go, let's try it out. Okay. Oh, we have a winner. Player O, reset. Player X, reset. Player O is winning. And we can even restart a new game entirely. There we go. Yeah. Start another one. There we go, guys. And that's how you create your own advanced tic-tac-toe in C#. I suppose you guys enjoyed. And please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member of the channel. There's a lot of benefit if you're a member of the channel. You all have a nice day now. Bye for now.